Hey, how's it going? This is Neil over at Heart of Texas Armory again. And today I want to do a little overview of this little handgun here, which I just got in. It's a new handgun that Ruger released, and it's a new addition to their Mark IV line of 22 handguns. So this is the Mark IV tactical version. You can see, obviously, tactical because it's got the rail on the top here where you can mount a scope or a red dot, as well as a rail down here for a lighter laser or something like that, and then the threaded muzzle. So I wanted to do a video on this, just showcasing it, and I also brought out one of my own old handguns here, which is a Mark II. That way we can kind of compare some of the upgrades that the Mark IV series is going to provide you over the older Ruger Mark series. So the main thing with these is going to be the ease of disassembly. So, you know, on these Mark IIs, they were a pain in the butt. Let me show you here what you have to do. To take these apart for cleaning or whatever, you got to pull this little hook out, which is not easy to do. You got to use like a paper clip or some type of tool where you can hook that, and you bend it this way. It's a spring. It's under a lot of tension, so it's not easy to do. And then you have to pull this pin out, and you know the frame, the lower and the upper separate from each other, and it's just a pain in the butt. And even more of a pain in the butt putting it back together, because there's 2 or 3 steps you got to follow, and if you don't do it correctly, you're not going to have this thing go back together, or it's not going to function. So that's always been probably the Achilles heel with this Mark series from Ruger. I mean, they're excellent guns, high quality, they're accurate, they're reliable, they're just great, but cleaning them has just always been a pain in the butt. So enter the Mark IV series, and guys, this is so cool to me because, like I said, I own that Mark II. This is one I just purchased for the business here for my shop. But what you want to do, obviously, is check that we're safe. So we'll drop our magazine out, and we'll run the action, and we're definitely empty, nothing in chamber. And you're going to make sure your safety here, this is your safety. You're going to have it on safe, which is on white, you know, red for fire, white for safe. Pretty self-explanatory. But now that we're there, here's all you got to do. Look at the back here. You can see right, sorry, let me get the focus right there. You've got a little button. So it's as easy as pushing the button in and rotating this thing up on a pivot. You just rotate it. You can see right there, there's a pivot. So now that's disconnected. Look at this, guys. This is so cool. The upper and lower separate that quick, excuse me. It's so awesome and so simple to do. So now for cleaning, you can clean all in here if you need to on the trigger mechanism, the lower piece of cake. Pull the bolt out, you know, just like you would on the Mark II, but pull that out, clean the bolt, run a bore snake, clean your upper. And then to put it back together, again, just as simple. So you just look right here. You can see on the upper barrel here, you can see that machined out hook section that interfaces with that takedown pin right there. So all you have to do is just line it up. You'll set it in there. You'll, again, rotate it down. Make sure that pin goes in the little hole right there, and then click it back together. And you are ready to go. Back in action. That right there makes it worth it to upgrade to the Mark IV series, in my opinion. Again, coming from a guy that's had this Mark II, I've had this one here for probably pushing 20 years now. Been an awesome gun. I love it. It's an extremely accurate weapon, reliable, just beautiful, high quality. But I always hate cleaning this thing. It's just a hassle to take it apart. So having that ability with that Mark IV version of this, man, that's a huge upgrade. Another thing, a difference here I'll point out between the two is your magazine release. So this is the Mark II, so it has the old European style mag release on the bottom of the frame here. So, you know, it works great. It's ambidextrous. A lot of European guns still use that, but one of the problems I don't like about it is when you push the release there, the little latch, your magazine does not drop free. I mean, you can shake this thing all day and it's not gonna come out. You actually got to physically pull out your magazine. Now, if you're running a 22 gun like this competition, that sucks. Enter the Mark IV here, and you'll see they've moved the magazine release from the bottom here to your traditional location that most of us here in America are used to. And we'll grab the magazine, we'll insert it in, and look at this. This thing fires out like with some authority. Look at that. I mean, that thing fires out. So they've got a spring built into here where when you push that, you know, it releases and it's under spring tension, and that thing just jumps out. Look at that, it just fired right into my hand. That's a great improvement right there. I love that. So that's another cool thing with this. They've also, like I mentioned, they've got a thread protector here, but your barrel is threaded, so you can run a suppressor on there. So that's another addition here with this tactical version. And then get that back on there. There's a little crush washer. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see. Right there. There it is. A little piece of kind of folded steel that when you put it on here and you hand tighten it and you give it just a little more turn, it kind of holds it on there for you. So there's your threaded muzzle and the protector put back on. You've got some nice sights on here too. I don't know how well we can see that through here. You know, they work. I would have preferred, you know, a little white paint or something on there, or yellow. But you could easily do that. And in all, pretty much everyone's going to run a red dot sight on this anyway. So, you know, it's not the end of the world that they didn't really upgrade the sights too much. Your trigger's excellent on these. I'm not going to dry fire it on camera. I don't have a snap cap in here at this moment, but trigger is just as good as my Mark II, which this is an excellent trigger. I mean, very lightweight, predictable. It's a good trigger, and you know, Ruger, you know, that was never an issue with these guns, so they never really changed the trigger too much. It's still a really good trigger. You won't have any problems with that. They did upgrade also the safety, so your safety is a lot easier to actuate. It's ergonomic. It's easy. It's slightly oversized. You can see it. Let's see if I can get it to come out a little better there for you. It's a nice, you know, nice size safety. It's not big enough where it's, you know, sticks out too far, but they've got a little bit more meat on there, so it's easier to actuate, as well as your bolt release and bolt hold open here. Again, they've upgraded the size on that and improved that ergonomically as well. Compared to the Mark II, there's your safety. It's just a button, which you can do it with your thumb, but it's just not as easy and it's not as comfortable to use. And then here's your little bolt hold open and release here on this one. It's just a piece of folded steel versus, you know, the new one, which has, I'm assuming that's probably a MIM part or metal injected molded steel part right there. But it's substantial, so it works a lot better. But anyways, that's just a quick look at this little handgun. Pretty impressed by it. Ruger apparently just came out with these, so they are available now. And if you want one, please contact me, man, because I'll give you a really good deal on these. I can ship, you know, to your FFL, or if you're here in Texas, you want to come into my shop, I can get one of these for you at a really good price. So just contact me. My email is neal@heartoftexasarmory.com, or you can go to my website, which is also heartoftexasarmory.com, and contact me there and just ask how much I can get this for you, or any other gun really, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But anyways, I just want to do a quick little video of showing this cool little pistol that Ruger just came out with. I'm pretty impressed with it. Really cool. I like the ability to run a red dot on there so easy. And then quickly before I go, I'll show you the box here. Ruger just, you know, they didn't, nothing special. The box is just a cardboard box, and you know, of course, you got a bunch of paperwork and your manuals here. It looks like they provide you with a lock and some other stuff as well. But here's a look at the manual. You know, it's a pretty good manual actually. Pretty thick. It's got a lot of information, everything you need. Now, of course, Ruger is always known for, you know, pushing safety. So a lot of this stuff's just going to be just, you know, redundant safety crap that, you know, Ruger just gives you. So that's just part of owning a Ruger product. They're so into pushing that. I did notice, speaking of that, look at this here on my old Mark II. There's a lot more ugly machining. I mean, it doesn't look bad, but there's just a lot more text and stuff versus the Mark IV on the barrel. They've got, you know, just a little bit of text there. It's not as much on there, and it's harder to read. It just says, "Read instruction manual before firing or before using firearm." Yeah, thanks, Ruger. But anyway, they did, you know, kind of minimize that at least, so it's not too obtrusive. But anyways, y'all have a good one, man. If y'all have any questions, just let me know. Leave them comments down below or contact me on my email. Y'all take care.